Hey, how are you? Facebook Live, Neil Linares here, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm doing an impromptu webinar tonight. I had this experience earlier on today, and this will be my second webinar that I do live right here. And you know what? I forgot. Dang it! I forgot to look presentable for you all. I better do this because that way I don't look like not taking care of myself. So anyway, today I had an interesting experience. I got up in the morning and I was going to have a run and I was going to go and do this run, and it was raining and it was a little cold. And I decided, you know what, I'm not going to go out for my run. And I even did a post about it, but it was like, I'm not going to go out for my run. It's too cold. It's raining. And then I remembered my dad, and my dad had this saying that he would do anything, and he'd say, you got to do it rain or shine. And we lived in Florida, in Miami at the time, and we had gotten into running. And he would always say, you had these torrential downpours, like crazy rain, and he'd always say, hey, you got to go run, rain or shine. So, today's been the theme of rain or shine. And I thought, something, this is a goal that I have to share my message. I have a message, that burns deep down in my heart. And it does every single day. Every single day this message burns. And it burns so much that I even wrote a book about it. It's Comfortably Insane. And it's a story, see, Neil Linares. And it's a story about my journey to sobriety. I'm someone that has achieved 10 years of sobriety. So I wrote this book and I built this whole course around this book. And I've always been kind of procrastinating and saying, okay, I'll start it. I'm going to do it. And I did the whole course. I went to this professional recording studio and I did a whole bunch of things and I put it together. And it's been a lot of work. But today, I was going to watch a Netflix movie. To be honest with you, I just walked my baby boy. My wife is putting him to sleep. You might have heard him crying a little bit. And I just walked with him for about an hour, and then I was going to come in and do, like watch Netflix or something. I think there's a couple good movies there that I haven't watched. And then I remembered the concept, rain or shine. My dad passed away in 2012, and it's something that, like, this message is so powerful to me because, I was to build a relationship with my dad, and unfortunately, he passed away. And a lot of the time that he was living, I was drinking, and I couldn't build a relationship that I wanted. The good thing is that I did form a relationship, but then he passed away. He died of cancer, 2012. But nevertheless, the lessons that he has given me, the lessons that he's taught me have helped me to get this message and put it all together. So I'm going to do this webinar. These are probably the few ones that you'll see where I don't use a PowerPoint, and it's just me going over the slides. I don't even have them in a PowerPoint. Well, they are in PowerPoint, but I just have them in a sheet form, and that's how I'm going to do this. And you know what? If you like it, you can drop a comment. If you hate it, drop a comment too. Do the sandwich approach if you want. First do a good comment, then a bad comment, and then another good one. That way you don't destroy me. Okay, so I'm going to get right to business. Your time is valuable, and I just want to give you value. All right, so the name of this seminar is called How to Reach a Happy Sobriety Without Being Held Hostage by Negative Thoughts. One of the things that I learned throughout my journey is that the mind and the thoughts that I had were killing me. Now, I want to tell you something first, and I'm going to leave this up because this information provided on this webinar site and on all publications, everything that I do, packaging and labels, is for general purposes only and designed to help you make informed decisions about your health. It's not intended to substitute advice from your physician or healthcare professional. So I want to tell you this. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a license. I don't have any of that. I'm just a guy that has been sober for 10 years and wrote a book. And I made a promise to God that if I ever reached 10 years of sobriety, I was going to start giving back. And that's what I'm doing now. This is me giving back. Okay, so I'll also say this, and being very fair. I visited therapists, I visited doctors trying to get sober. None of them kept me sober. Okay, it's not a knock on them, but it's just the truth. None of them ever kept me sober. Okay, so the concepts that I'm going to go over right now is what kept me sober, and I want to make those available to you. So here's a few things. If you failed at having a happy sobriety in the past, it's not your fault. If you've been concerned in the past that you can't succeed with having a happy sobriety, put those fears to rest. False ideas want you to think you can't increase your happiness or enjoy quality time with your family. Those things are not true. If you've never thought, or if you've thought false ideas make you fail, you're probably right. Remember, this is something that you can change. So here I'm going to show you how I achieved a happy sobriety and how you can as well. So my goal for this web class, I want to help people who want to increase happiness and the people who want to enjoy free time with their family, quality time, not just free time, without suffering from a negative mindset or facing soul-crushing relapse. Okay? Now, the only way to for you to increase happiness and enjoy free time with your family is through happy sobriety. The only way to do that is by unlocking your sobriety. So, who am I? Some of you might not know me, even though we're Facebook friends, or if we met somehow, but we really don't know each other. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I live a simple, happy life. I'm married for the third time. Okay, I just had a baby boy maybe 4 months ago. No, almost 4 months ago. So not maybe. I did have or my wife had him. So I've lost it all. In my journey to sobriety, I've lost it all. And I lost it all 2 times. The whole thing. Marriage, job, happiness. Well, I'll get more into that. But trust me when I say I've lost it all. I filed for bankruptcy twice. I lost a fully functioning business, destroyed many relationships, and it was an ordeal to get where I'm at. But the good thing is that now I can share that with you. Okay, so how does this apply to you? So I'm going to get good at putting these. Okay, this works no matter what stage you are in of sobriety. It makes it possible to get a new perspective on sobriety. And anyone struggling with addiction can do this, okay? So here's what we're going to cover. Secret number 1, how to gain belief that you can maintain a happy sobriety. Secret number 2, how to create an easier sobriety. Secret number 3, how to transform your life without changing your true self. Okay? And that's something very interesting that I'll get into, but when I was going through my journey, I was thinking, oh man, this is the way I am. I'm just a drunk, and this is who I am. And that was the belief that I had for many years, almost 34 years of thinking that way and not being able to get well because I had that belief pattern. But something, what I found as I started to peel the layers of my story and of who I was, I found that my true self wasn't that person. My true self is who I am now. Okay? And that takes a lot of work, and I'll tell you flat out, that's one thing that keeps us in our addictive behavior. So, okay, enough on that. So let's get right into how to gain belief that you can maintain a happy sobriety. Okay, some alcoholics might think I don't believe I can achieve a happy sobriety. So I'll tell you a quick story. I thought this way for the longest time. Like I said before, I destroyed many things in my life. And no matter what good thing came into my life, for some reason, I don't know if you can hear my baby boy now. His mom's taking care of him. She's really good at that. He just struggles going to sleep, and that's his dilemma. You know, even though he's sleepy, he just struggles with it. But anyway, okay, so whenever something good would happen to me or something that meant happiness, I couldn't accept it. And I had to find a way to sabotage that. So I want you to know that happiness is for you. You are able to achieve it, okay? This program can work for any type of sobriety if you put it to action. It's important to put it to action. So people might say, well, I'm still drinking. And mind you, this is for people that want to change. I don't have anything against drinking. I just can't do it. And I know that there's a lot of us out there that just can't do it. But so this, let's say that you are trying to stop. This can help you to stop. Let's say that you've already stopped and you have a family and you're just miserable in sobriety. Guess what? I lived that too. I was not drinking for 5 years and I was the most miserable person in the world. It had nothing to do with alcohol. So that's what I want to share with you in my message, okay? Okay, you might also be thinking, these were the common thoughts that ran in my mind. I don't understand how happy sobriety will work if I'm a fake, work if I have failed at everything, work if I have no one by my side, work if I cannot be honest with myself. The last one is very important. All of them are important, but I'll just touch on the last one. You know, I used to think, well, I'm this horrible person and people are telling me to be honest. And I don't know how to be honest. I don't know how to look someone straight in the eye and be honest with them. And it turned out that that wasn't the issue. The issue was that I couldn't be honest with myself. And that didn't allow me to be honest with others. And that takes some working on, okay? So, I'm gonna, let's see, did I stop it? No, okay. Okay, I'm a little technology challenged, but I'm making it work because rain or shine, we do this, just like my dad said. Okay, secret number 2, how to create an easier sobriety. You know, I traveled this journey that I used to say, man, this is so hard. Sobriety is so difficult. It sucks. You know, I'm a product of Alcoholics Anonymous. I was in the Alcoholics Anonymous room day and night. I used to get my parents to come and babysit so I could go to the Alcoholics Anonymous room. And I just sat there and did meeting after meeting. And it helped me a great deal, and it can help you too. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but I want you to know that it doesn't have to be that hard, okay? There's just a few things that you have to do, and that's what I want to show you in my course. Now, let's go here. People may think I'm not good at being happy, and that's the story that I shared with you. It's like, yeah, we're not good at being happy. Guess what? We try to find happiness in the drink, in using. And by the way, it's not just alcohol. It can be anything. It can be anything. It can be food. It can be drugs. It can be anything. You know, and you find out in these messages that I'm going to share with you that it has nothing to do with that. It's all what about you and what's inside. Okay, so no matter what I did, I was never happy. You know what? I thought happiness was staying up all night drinking and blacking out. That was happiness. The next morning, if I had blacked out, then I had accomplished something. That totally the wrong mindset. Okay, so some alcoholics, you can also add addicts. Some alcoholics or addicts might think, I'm not disciplined. I'm not successful. I always fail. Sorry, I put a Halls in my mouth and it's coming apart now. Sorry about that. Okay, those are all false ideas. The other thing, the truth. Unlock My Sobriety chapter quotes will show you proven patterns that work. And I'm going to show you exactly what they are in a minute. Okay, secret number 3. We're going fast. If you're watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you know something, if this is for you, great. If this is for somebody that you know, tag them or send them this link or something, because this literally could change their lives. Okay, secret number 3. How to transform your life without changing your true self. That's exactly what I was talking. I used to think I was this horrible person, and I was. I used to think that I was a complete failure, and I was. I used to think that I couldn't be in a relationship, and I couldn't. But guess what? Guess what, my friends? I learned, hold on one second. I just gotta make a little note. Sorry about that. Okay, so I used to think all these things, right? And and I took them as truths. I took them as beliefs. And what happened? As I worked and worked and worked to stay sober year after year after year after year, I realized that was a farce. I was a failure, and I had destroyed relationships, and I had gotten into severe financial trouble, but that was not my true self. And that's something that I want to, that's why I made it a whole thing all by itself, without changing your true self. Because the true self is the one that we want to get at. Okay? Now that I see everything in hindsight, I realize I was running from Neil, the fake. Neil, the real one, is this one right here. The one that can feel. The one that can be in a relationship. I get really choked up because these are realities. These are realities that happened. So the real one is the one that can be in a job. The one that can be honest. The one that can help another person. That's the one that I thought I wasn't. And it's really tricky because when you're using, like me, I was drinking and I'd shake if I couldn't drink. Okay? And I'd do these awful things. And I thought, that's me. That's who I am. How can anybody ever love me? How could anybody want to do any type of anything with me? And that was that person. So that's what I want to show you. I want to show you that you can make a transition from that horrible, ugly person to someone that can be in relationships and that can hold a job and that can be honest. And guess what? It doesn't involve perfection. I now see the flaws. I am so flawed that it's ridiculous. But now I understand that that's my true self. And my true self is a pretty good guy. And sorry, I keep pressing buttons because I'm moving a lot of stuff. So the true self is a pretty good guy, and so can you. You can find your true self to be the awesome person that you are. Guy, girl, whatever. Okay. Some alcoholics say, I don't know how to change even though I want to. And that's okay, because I can show you how to begin that process. So I thought, this is a huge thing. I always thought that it was about how others saw me. I made a lot of people suffer because I always thought Well, the important thing is what the other person thinks of me, what their opinion is. How do they see me? How do they view me? You know, and it's a very, very bad thing to do. I later learned that the trick was what I think of me. And I had to learn to think of me as a good person. When I learned that I was a good person, then what the other person thought of me didn't really matter. I respected it, and I'm not disrespectful or anything, but honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm going to find this quote because it's awesome somewhere, but it says, your opinion doesn't matter. And it's not even in a negative way. It's in a respectful way. Because I found out as well that there were also people trying to keep me down. There were people that it was good for them, for me to be down. And the moment I started to stand up and believe in myself and think that I'm a pretty good guy, I noticed that. So that's something good to keep in mind, okay? Some alcoholics may also think, I don't know how to value myself. I don't know how to calm my mind. I don't know how to keep calm. I'm going to throw at you some really cool stuff about that. Okay, so in those areas are things that I want to offer a solution. Now, how are you enjoying this webinar so far? Okay, I know, you can admit it. It's kind of crappy because, you know, I'm not using PowerPoint and I'm just going over these sheets like this. But trust me, I have something really, really good for you. So I hope that you're enjoying it. So we've covered my 3 secrets: how to gain belief that you can maintain a happy sobriety, how to create an easier sobriety, and how to transform your life without changing your true self. Okay? All right, so who wants to take things to the next level? Okay, so I'm going to introduce to you my program. And my program is called Unlock My Sobriety Audio Series, How Chapter Quotes Apply to You Home Study Course. And that is my course. I'll tell you all about it, how you can get it and stuff, but I want to explain something. So this is my book. I published it September 28, 2010, and it's a story of my sobriety. It's 10 years right here of how, maybe even more, because I also talk about when I was drinking and the things that happened. So I built a program around this. Now, I want to show you, in each book, in each chapter, I have a quote. For instance, this one says, a man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd. Okay? There's a specific reason why I chose that. You see, in the entire chapter, I told many stories, and then I wanted to condense the story with a quote. Now, I couldn't explain all of that stuff in the book. It was just too much. So I decided to do a separate outline course on each chapter on how those quotes apply to you. All right? So this is heavy-duty stuff, okay? So, Unlock My Sobriety audio series, chapter quotes apply to you. So these will help you increase and enjoy your quality time, your quality sober time with your family, without suffering from a negative mindset or facing soul-crushing relapse. If you've ever met somebody that has relapsed, that is one of the most heartbreaking things that I've ever seen. And I'll tell you something. I've had many experiences where the person that relapsed didn't make it. That the person that relapsed passed on. You know, when these things happen, I remember having conversations with a buddy, just a heart to heart. And we were going to see each other on Thursday. This was on a Tuesday. I was going to see him on Thursday. And then at the place where I was going to see him, no, he didn't show up. And guess what? He'd taken his life. He took his life. And I got so scared that I got goosebumps and I got just like really scared. And the reason I got really scared was because I was relating to that guy like if we were the same person. I related to him so closely. And I thought, this is something that can take me as well. And that made me work double hard. Okay? So I'm going to tell you what you get. Here's what you get. So the first model is going to be part 1, laying the foundation. There's 3 models in there, 1, 2, and 3. Let me make a quick note. Names. Okay, so you're going to get those 3 models. Okay, and just in case, this works for alcoholics who want to stop drinking. It works for alcoholics that have reached sobriety and have no direction. It works for alcoholics that are sober but unhappy. Okay, I've been there. Okay, this works for alcoholics that keep relapsing. Okay, and this works for alcoholics who want to gain purpose. All right, this is very, very important. Okay, the reason why people don't get started. You might be thinking you can't get started because you don't have the willpower to stop. Good news, I was just like you. I can tell you everything you need is right inside you. I will show you how to tap into that. So, let me tell you this. Again, going to the foundation of I don't believe in myself. One of the things that I did when I first started this journey, I was so desperate. I had my second marriage and this amazing, amazing person was leaving me. And I wanted to stop it. And I didn't know how. And I thought, okay, I'm going to stop drinking. That's how I'm going to do it. And I remember that I started looking on the internet and I started looking for places that would take me in. Guess how much they cost? They cost $25,000 for 1 month. $25,000. That's how much it cost. Guess what? I didn't have insurance. I was going bankrupt. I didn't have anything. I couldn't get into that. So, my friends, what I'm going to offer you is much different. Now, I want to clarify, this does not replace a rehab facility. This does not replace a therapist, a doctor, or any of those things. Again, I told you, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a licensed anything. I'm just a guy that has traveled this journey of sobriety for 10 years. And I promised God that if I ever reached 10 years of sobriety, that I would turn around and help. And this is my way of doing that. So, I'm going to start showing you some numbers and some things of what I've created. Okay? So, what are you going to get? In the first foundation, it's the audio series part 1, laying the foundation. That one is a value of $504. Okay, now you're also going to get part 2. And the part 2 is called The Comfort of Insanity. That one has 4 modules. Now, the module how I made these modules, so The Comfort of Insanity was when I was living in sobriety, but I couldn't be happy. And it seemed that insanity was even worse because now I didn't have an excuse at all. Before, at least, I was crazy, I was nuts, but I was drinking. So that was my excuse. I'm drunk. I blacked out. I don't remember. I had all these wonderful excuses. The moment I stopped drinking is when I realized that I was still insane, but I didn't have an excuse anymore. And that's why this book came about. I had to get it out. Comfortably Insane. Okay, so I want you to know with this plan, you're going to get these tools. You're going to know that you're not alone. You're going to understand that you count. And most importantly, above everything else, I want you to know that you can do this. Okay? All right, so we're going to get rid of a few fears. We're going to get a fear of relapsing. We're going to get rid of shame of yourself. And we're going to get rid of the inability to forgive yourself. You know, I started this thing and I wanted everybody to forgive me. You know, I needed forgiveness from everybody. And the more sober I got, the more I realized how broken I was. And I realized, and I would look around my world and see how many people I'd hurt. And it was a lot of people. There's a long list. And just trust me that there's a long list. And I remember that I was like, holy cow, how am I going to do this? And then one time, this guy, I shared, I said, I'm Neil, I'm an alcoholic. And I told part of my story, you know, and as I was sitting there, I was in a meeting, in an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. I was sitting there after I shared, and I was dejected, sad. I just wanted the earth to swallow me whole. And he slowly got up, and he used to describe himself as, I'm an alcoholic with a slight cocaine problem. And he slowly walked up to me, and he leaned in, and he whispered in my ear. And he said, now you just have to learn to forgive yourself. I had no clue what he was saying or what he was talking about. It took me many years to understand that, number one, I needed to forgive myself. I needed to tap into that pain, that shame that I was feeling, so I had to do that. That was the number one thing. After I did that, then I could either ask for forgiveness with a whole heart, with humility, and ask, hey man, I did this to you. Forgive me. But anyway, it's a step process. It doesn't happen overnight. And I know I'm talking to you and I'm throwing a lot of things at you, but understand, I've been sober for 10 years. I've been beaten down to the ground over and over and over. And somehow, that I only say by the grace of God, I'm here with a third chance at life. And I promise that I'm going to give back, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I didn't know how to forgive myself. I didn't understand how crucial this was to my overall sobriety. So I had to learn how to do this through years of pain and suffering. And that's exactly what this model will help you avoid. So you don't have to live in uncertainty. You don't have to relapse. You don't have to lose your relationships. You know, right now we're going through some really rough times with this COVID-19, with quarantine. I've been quarantined here, and many of you probably have. And it's taken, I've had to reach deep to the tools that I've learned to be okay. You know, it's been quite an ordeal. All right, so you might be thinking, I can't use these tools because I always fail. Well, that's not a problem, because if you are here, you are willing. And in this program, all you need is to be willing. You can start making a change. So all you need to really start is willingness. You don't even have to understand any of even what sobriety means. All you need to begin is a willingness. Okay, so Model 2, also the comfort of insanity, has a value of $504. But there's more. You also get Part 3. Part 3, the happy road of life. This has 3 models, and I'm also throwing in there a surprise bonus. Oh, dang it, I misspelled. See, I'm going to refine this, and it's going to be a much better presentation. But I really, really thank you for being here and just listening. Let's see, Holly, man, that's such an awesome statement you just made. Absolutely, Holly. You know, I empathize with people that are addicts, and I know what it feels like. And also I know how helpless it is And the crossing over to having a fruitful life is not that far away. And sometimes we addicts think that it's just so far away that we can never reach that. Let me tell you, it's not. Okay, part 3, trudging the happy road of life. I had to spend years in destroyed relationships, marriages, reaching financial ruin to figure out what worked and what didn't. But you won't have to, because I'm giving you a detailed breakdown of everything I did wrong and right, so you can avoid mistakes. Plus, you can apply these concepts immediately, right away. And it doesn't cost $25,000. Or you don't have to get admitted to a rehab facility or any of that. Again, I'm not saying those things are bad. If that's your journey, that's your road, take it, grab onto it, make it happen. Okay, part 3. This is going to make it easier and faster for you to get your own sobriety up and running. How? Because not only do I show you exactly how I have reached 10 years of sobriety, I share everything that happened. That way you can avoid these painful mistakes. Okay. You might be thinking you can't use this because you are already sober and just can't be happy. Well, that's not an issue, because you can simply learn about my story and see that happiness is for you. Okay, so this module, part 3, is $504, including the surprise bonus, has a value of $504. Okay, ready? Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get Unlock My Sobriety audio series, How Chapter Quotes Apply to You. Part 1, Laying the Foundation, 3 models. Part 2, The Comfort of Insanity. It also has 4 models. Part 3, Trudging the Happy Road of Life, Module 1, 2, 3. And the bonus chapter lesson. This has a value of $1,512. Okay, so obviously, I'm not going to charge you $1,512. But if all it did was show you exactly how to live a really great life in sobriety, would it be worth it to you? Would that be worth it to you? If that's all it did. If all this system did was to help you organize your thoughts and put in perspective why you want to be sober, would that be worth $1,512? If all it did was show you how to put yourself first without damaging your relationships and people around you, would it be worth $1,512? If all it did was help you to learn how to truly forgive yourself and live a life without guilt, would it be worth $1,512? Would it? You got to ask yourself. Now remember, we spend money on much lesser things, like drinking. Okay, so I had 2 choices. I could either make this program cheap or I could make it valuable. Okay? What would it be worth to you? So if you were able to increase happiness, what would that be worth to you? How about if you could enjoy quality time, sober quality time with your family? What would that be worth to you? Okay, so Unlock My Sobriety, Chapter Quotes, has a value of $1,512 and a regular price of $997. Okay, so today I'm giving you a special discount today because you're here with me live on this webinar and it's late at night and you're spending your valuable time. So, oops, I did that too fast. So, Unlock My Sobriety, you're not going to pay $1,512 and you're not going to pay $997. You're going to pay $297. That's it. That's it. So here is the link. This is where you want to go. specialwebinaroffer.comfortablyinsane.com. That's where you want to go. The link is live. You can go and get this special, amazing offer right now. Okay, I'll leave that for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Okay, so the way I see it is you've got two choices. If Unlock My Sobriety audio series, How Chapter Quotes Apply to You, doesn't help you with exactly how to increase happiness and enjoy quality sobriety with your family without suffering from a negative mindset or facing soul-crushing relapse, then I'll refund your money. Okay? No questions asked. Within 30 days, I'll refund your money. The real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? Even if it only does half of what I claim today, it will pay for itself as soon as you put it to use. And, as if that wasn't amazing enough already, to sweeten the deal, I'm throwing 4 extra bonuses in there. Okay, four extra bonuses. Now, one of the big issues I had when I was getting sober was I couldn't quiet my mind. I didn't know how to do that. My mind was always running with a million thoughts, a million things, and I couldn't think straight. Sometimes even at the grocery when I was trying to stay sober, I didn't know if I should buy the cabbage or the carrots. And I had to call someone, hey, I don't know what to do, and almost have a breakdown because I couldn't make that stupid decision. So I had to learn to meditate. And I had to go through years of painful events to finally learn to meditate. But you get this audio series and at the press of a button. So that can teach you how you can meditate faster and easier so you can jumpstart meditation. How? Because you can do as many as you want at no extra charge and no waiting. You might be thinking you can't use this because you have never meditated. This is not true, my friends, because this will not only help you to ease your mind, you can practice as many times as it takes to master this crucial skill. Okay, so I'm throwing 4 bonuses at you. The beginnings are the meditation series. This is called the Meditation Audio Series. It has a value of $297. It has 4 sections in there to teach you how you can meditate. Then we have the Mindful Meditation Video Series. This is a full program that teaches you from point A to point Z on how to meditate and apply this in your life. That has a value of $297. These were crucial things that I used to get sober. Also, we have the Eating Healthy Video Upgrade. You know, one of the things that I struggled with when I stopped drinking, my body was so used to the alcohol that to have a nutritional diet, it was really hard. My body craved those, that unhealthy substance, full of sugar. My body was a mess. I was bloated. In my future presentations, I think I'm going to put those pictures of me. Okay, so I had to learn how to eat healthy. And I want to throw that in here. It's called Eating Healthy Video Upgrade with a value of $297. That's going to help you have a healthy lifestyle. Okay, that's what comes with sobriety. You can choose that or not. But you will have a longer, happier sobriety if you do. Okay, then one of the other problems I had was I needed to do exercise. And you know something? I had seen this show about this guy that tried to kill himself running. And I thought, hey, that's a really good idea. I'm going to do that. And I tried doing that. But it didn't work, you know, because I started running and I never died. But it became a passion. And it was a form of meditation. I'm throwing in this whole package, a running course. It's going to teach you how to run, again, from point A to point Z without getting injured, without doing any of that stuff. And you'll be able to, it's almost like an extension of meditation. That has a value of $297. And lastly, one of the things, when my mind started clearing, I started setting a whole bunch of goals. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I had a million things that I was going to do. And guess what? I had so many of them that I ended up doing none. And it was really difficult. It was a challenge. So I'm going to throw in here a little course that's called Make It Happen. All this does is help you to set your priorities straight and help you to set goals. That has a value of $297. Okay? So that is an amazing offer. I'm telling you, it's an amazing offer. This is what you would get similar. Again, I'm not saying to replace a rehab, but as I said earlier, a rehab costs $25,000 a month. Now, if you have insurance and you can afford it, more power to you. I honestly, I would have loved to be able to afford a rehab 10 years ago when I started my journey. But I couldn't. So I had to figure things out on my own. If you're in that boat, and even if you're not, you can still use this program. Okay, so here's the deal in one sheet. How to get started now. You're going to get Unlock My Sobriety audio series, Laying the Foundation, 3 models, The Comfort of Insanity, 4 models, Trudging the Happy Road of Life, 3 models. That's a value of $1,512. Then I'm throwing in there the Meditation audio series for a value of $297. Then Mindful Meditation video upgrade, a value of $297. Then Eating Healthy video upgrade, a value of $297. Then the Running video upgrade, a value of $297. And then Make It Happen video upgrade, a value of $297. The total value of everything that I'm giving you is $2,997. And you're going to get all of this for $297. That's it. That's what you're going to pay. Okay, so here's the link again. Special webinar offer.comfortablyinsane.com. Okay, so remember, if this is for you, go ahead and snag it. If it's for somebody that you know, let them know. Check it out. Just take a peek. Just take a peek. Remember, I hate to say it like this, but I am refunding your money if it doesn't work out for you, or if it's not what I've said it is. Okay, so let's take a quick moment and ask, what is money? So I want you to think about something for a minute. What is money? A lot of people have fear about money, and even bigger fears about spending money. But you need to understand that money is good. It's just a tool that was created for exchange. Now there's a link again. What do you know? So, what is money? Another one. Other than that, there's no real value in money. You can't use it to stay warm. You can't eat it. You can only trade it for something else that you want. Just think, everyone who exchanges money for something does it because they feel that what they are getting in exchange is greater than keeping the money or using it for something else. At least that's what I expect when I buy something. I don't actually know for sure until I do buy it and try it out and can see the results. Okay? We're talking money here. But my question for you is this. Would you exchange that money for those results? Even if the answer is yes, then you need to get started right now. And if you have any fear that it might not be what you expected or what you might not be able to get those results, just let us know. And I will give you your money back. Okay? That's the link, specialwebinaroffer.comfortablyinsane.com. You know, through the years, I've been asked a lot, hey, Neil, how'd you stay sober? Hey, Neil, I know my husband is drinking. Hey, Neil, my wife can't stop drinking. Hey, Neil, my uncle, my dad, my grandma, my et cetera, my son, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, they can't seem to stop drinking. You know, and I always thought, man, you know, I can probably help them. You know, and that's partly why I wrote the book, Comfortably Insane. That was partly why I wrote it. And I made a promise, like I said to God, that I would turn around and help people if I ever reached 10 years of sobriety. But I thought, you know something? I can do so much more. And that's why I created this program. Okay, so, and we're reaching the end. This is what you're going to get again. Just as a reminder, the Unlock My Sobriety audio series, Laying the Foundation, 3 models, The Comfort of Insanity, 4 models, Trudging the Happy Road of Life, 3 models, 1,512 value. Then you're going to get the meditation audio series for 297, the mindful meditation video upgrade for 297, eating healthy video upgrade for 297, the running video upgrade for 297, make it happen video upgrade for 297, for a total value of $2,997. And you're going to get it for $297. That's it. All right. So that is my presentation tonight. You know, something I really, from the bottom of my heart want to thank you for being here. It really means a lot. I've traveled a journey through hell. That's the name of the book. A journey from the hell of alcoholism to a healthy, productive life. I've traveled that journey, and I wrote down all these lessons based on that journey. And now I'm turning around and giving it to you for a tremendous deal. Thank you so much for being here. Just by you being here, you are proving that you want to make a change in your life. And for that, I commend you. If you have a loved one that could benefit from this, tag him. Tag him on this webinar. It's going to be right here on Facebook Live. Okay? God bless you all. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful night. Goodbye.